Good afternoon. Welcome to Jammin in December 2022, Jazz, Love Songs, and Lessons. This is also our pre-Kwanzaa event, created to teach and encourage integration of the 7 principles into academic and social roles. Speaking of 7 principles, let's acknowledge the power of the number 7 when it comes to Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is spelled with 7 letters. There are 7 days. There are 7 principles. There are 7 candles. There are 7 basic Kwanzaa symbols. As an educator, I can attest to the power of remembering the number 7 as you teach and learn about Kwanzaa. The 7 days are Umoja, Kuji Jagulia, Ujima, Ujima, Nia, Kaumba, and Amani. These are also the names of the 7 principles. Kwanzaa was created in 1966 by Dr. Karenga to recognize the heritage of Black people in America as being both African and American. Why is this important? Because there are cultural connections. Black people in America are unique. The way we ended up in America crushed and obliterated histories and legacies, which were replaced with systems of degradation, exploitation, and pain. Kwanzaa was created to help heal that pain. Black people dreamed of freedom, equality, and being able to make decisions for themselves and their children. Let's let Malcolm Davis enlighten us about such dreams.
What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or fester like a sore then run? Does it sting like rotten meat, or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it sags like a heavy load, or does it explode?
Malcolm. At the heart of all things well done is love. Let's hear from Ijtihad.
Thank you. How you guys doing? I'm Ijtihad Muhammad. I'm a multimedia artist. I make music. I do a lot of things, but one of the things that I say at every performance is my greatest work of art is my life. So with this song here, I'm gonna talk a little bit about love, just more on the aspects of, what's felt in relationships where we feel, I guess when we tap into our self-worth and when we start to really understand the nuances of where we're currently at and where we would like to go. So this song here is called The Sun, and I'm gonna start it real quick. Yeah.
That is one of the 9 planets all around the sun that make up what we call the solar system.
Who I am, there's no synonym, light so bright, no, there's no limit. Gotta feel I'm no fitting in, don't like that, then sit with it, singing in. His eyes shot, see freedom, they see, no, they not me though. She got lost, let's see, she can't find love. She don't want me to be no others. She don't want me to be nice to anyone but her. She don't want me to be no challenge. The charges you incur, who gon' pay those fines? Don't make me feed your lies. Meet my eyes, I see all your battles. I see all any fights, no compromise. Must not stop too quickly. You might drown, you might not get this. Unlimited credit I got from the earth because I'm living abundant. I switched it. He started talking about it at work and she noticed that something was different. Vibe like this don't come too often. Love like this, don't miss it. Yeah, huh? She don't want me to be honest. She don't want me to be. She don't really want me to be honest. She don't want to be seen. She don't want to be me. Don't throw my soul off balance. She don't want me to be nice to anyone but her. She don't want me to be no challenge. The charges you incur, who gon' pay those fines? My love don't hold no binds, no kinds, or no brackets. Yeah, she don't want me to be nice to anyone but her. One stop left, no giving in. You see the way that they tripping to get to him. Thought he found out that he wasn't 360, so that was a lesson to go within. Who shot down, who free throw? He don't say, no place, don't keep. You talk down, that's ego. I speak up, no talk, that's credo. Yeah, huh? She don't want me to be no others. She don't want me to be. She don't want me to be. She don't want me to be no others. She don't want me to be nice to anyone but her. Don't throw my soul off balance. She don't want me to be no challenge. Thank you.
Thank you, Ijtihad, once again. Now, I'd like to introduce the Supreme Jazz Team. We've got Jeff Newton on keys. We have Charles Beasley on bass. We have Donovan Pope on drums. And Kynoebi Simpson on soprano saxophone and alto sax and flute. And Princess Ameenah, author and composer. Let's give them a welcome.
And we're going to continue on with this selection called Mighty Mighty, which is by Earth, Wind, and Fire. And a lot of the songs that we're playing today are songs that were composed in the 60s, which is the same time that Kwanzaa came out. Karenga invented Kwanzaa, I guess you could say. So these are all songs that, had that same type of influence that Kwanzaa is supposed to have to this day. So I'm going to continue on with Mighty Mighty.
Beasley on the bass. Footprints next. And equinoxes went up. Ameenah.
Let's give it up for the Supreme Jazz Team. Donovan Pope. Charles Beasley on bass. Jammin on keys. Kynoebi, Simpson. Saxophone, flutist. How'd you all like Ijtihad? Let's give it up. I love it. She don't want me to be honest. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So, one thing about music. Today we are calling on the power of music to heal, and the power of music as a cry for social justice. Music is how we express ourselves, and it's also how we deal with our pain. Thank you for your tribute to John Coltrane. He sure enough washed my troubles away. Is a testament to the fact that we have so much work that we need to do. Our ancestors did a lot. If we built on what they established and provided for as a foundation, we shouldn't be in the situation we're in now. I mean, you know, so all I can say is we have to take care of business. Dedicated to y'all. You know, I love y'all. I'm gonna tell you why. Some people come to the party, and some people are the party. And I feel like you all are the party. Y'all been a great, great, great audience. We got one more song, and then we're going to talk about candles. Okay, this next song is so easy. We're going to just do call and response. Say Happy Kwanzaa, everybody.
Happy Kwanzaa, everybody.
Heri za Kwanzaa kila mtu.
Heri za Kwanzaa kila mtu.
With a little more love for our ancestors. Think about that struggle. Back in the 60s, we lost Malcolm X, Dr. King, Sam Cooke. We lost a lot of people. Come on, Happy Kwanzaa, everybody.
Happy Kwanzaa, everybody.
Heri za Kwanzaa kila mtu. If I could do some ballet, I would. Come on! Happy Kwanzaa,
Happy Kwanzaa,
everybody.
everybody.
Happy Kwanzaa,
Happy Kwanzaa,
everybody.
everybody.
Happy Kwanzaa,
Happy Kwanzaa,
happy Kwanzaa,
Happy Kwanzaa,
happy Kwanzaa,
Happy Kwanzaa,
everybody.
everybody.
Heri za Kwanzaa,
Heri za Kwanzaa,
kila mtu.
kila mtu.
Like that rhythm. Heri za Kwanzaa,
Heri za Kwanzaa,
kila mtu.
kila mtu.
Like let's get sexy. Heri za Kwanzaa,
Heri za Kwanzaa,
kila mtu.
kila mtu.
Heri za Kwanzaa,
Heri za Kwanzaa,
kila mtu.
kila mtu.
Heri za Kwanzaa,
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 kila mtu.
kila mtu.
Kila mtu.
Kila mtu.
Give yourselves a hand, take a breath. Thank y'all so much for coming. Thank you. Yeah. All right, thank you. Heri za Kwanzaa kila mtu, y'all. Kwanzaa is an African American holiday. It's not religious. It is cultural. That's why people from all religions celebrate Kwanzaa. And it's a time to reflect and acknowledge the plight of African Americans, and in many instances help shape the future for Black people in America. Kwanzaa is based on an African celebration called First Fruits, which were celebrating the good times. It's a time for getting together, reflection, recommitment, and celebration of the good. Dr. Karenga always said that we must celebrate the good. If we don't see any good, he said, create some. And we are responsible to leave the world better than the way in which we inherited it. So, the first symbol that I'm going to talk about is the mat, the makeka. Say, makeka, mat.
The cake of that.
That is the foundation. Upon, and everything has a foundation. So, the mat represents tradition, history, knowledge, and understanding of ourselves, our families, society, and the whole world. So, Lekeka Mat. The next symbol is the Kanara. Kanara is the candle holder, and it represents our ancestors and places emphasis on our roots, the people we came from, and our African roots in particular, which is where the unique nationality and plight of African Americans begins. Even though all humanity started in Africa, so that's kind of, we all started in Africa. But African Americans, that's making a connection between the two cultures. The next symbol, say, Mashuma Saba. Just means 7 candles. So 7 candles represents the 7 principles. Dr. Karenga said that the 7 principles are at the heart of the meaning of Kwanzaa. That's why I love the holiday. When I learned about it and I saw those principles, that was what attracted me. And then I actually read in his book. This is his book, The Creator of Kwanzaa. Every year I put this on my table because I think it's just an awesome education symbol. And he has several PhDs, and he's very well educated. And he created Kwanzaa back in the 60s at the time. We, as Black people, had so many losses. As I said, we lost Malcolm X, Dr. King, and we were just losing people. The civil rights people were, but everything was not for nothing. He created Kwanzaa, he said, as a healing tool, as a way to heal from all that pain. Briefly. So, the 7 candles represent the 7 principles. The first one is Umoja. Say Umoja, unity. Kuchi Chakulia, self-determination. Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Ujima, cooperative economics. Nia, purpose. Kaumba, creativity. And Imani, faith. Dr. Karenga, I'm saying all this. He probably can sue me if I keep saying his name over. But, when it comes to learning, we all in here, we learn all the time. You learn from the person that created the holiday. You see a lot of Kwanzaa resources, but if you want to learn about Kwanzaa, the best thing to do is go to the source, to the foundation, buy the original book. So, as I said, he'll be here later in December, like the 27th. So, he said he saved Imani for last because it is the most difficult. It is hard to believe in something a lot of times. The situation and circumstances in the world, it becomes difficult. So, but faith is the one that's going to help strengthen all the other principles. Faith is going to make you come together. It's going to make you establish purpose. It's going to make you do, whatever it takes to make money, So, anyway, 7 candles represent the 7 principles. Then we have Muhindi. Say Muhindi Korn. Muhindi stands for the children. Parenthood is not just biological, it's also social. So we're all responsible for the children. I read in that book that we have to focus on the future. The Muhindi represents the children and all the hopes and challenges attached to them. That comes with it. We don't just get good kids. We just don't. We have to create good kids or teach them to be good kids, be children, good children. So I often think of the pain and lost lineages that occurred as a result of Africans being in America, particularly during the slave trade. We have so many lost connections and so many children and families that have been damaged. And so the Muhindi represents the hope and can inspire us to lead and teach our children values that will strengthen them. There should always be at least one ear of corn on the table, because you have to be a parent to somebody or dear children to come. So there's always at least one ear of corn on the table. You put one ear of corn for each child in your home. So then we had Mazeo, crops. That's these, it's fruit. Okay, Mazeo crops represent our pay, the rewards and collective productive labor. We work for crops, we work for money, we work for food, we work for shelter. So Mazeo represents that's the crops, the fruit of our labor. Then we have Zawadi gifts, the perfect Kwanzaa gift. And so is that, and so is Dr. Granger's book, or any book. Zawadi is a way to celebrate accomplishments, to teach cultural concepts, and to help inspire positive educational and social values. That is no accident. The thing about teaching, let me share this right here. Okay. A lot of people miss the opportunity to teach their children. How many people have children and when they're little, you want to get away from them? You want to babysit. You want go to my mom's house, go to Bubba's, go somewhere. And we can't even go take a shower. Here they come. They're following us around. And we like, oh Lord, I need a break. I need a date. I need a glass of wine. Something. So the thing about we have to remember about those days is that they do not last forever. They go by like that. At the blink of an eye, your child is now 12. And here you are. Would you like to come with me to the show? No. You're like, come on and go with me here. Let's go to the mall. Let's go to the art museum. Let's go to the African American. All this, they're 12 now. They don't want to go with you anymore. Unless you endured all that hard parenting when they were little and they got used to going with you. You take them and encourage them to come. That's that era of life is when they are the most vulnerable and you are the most powerful. You have control. You can tell your child anything. That statue right there, that's my grandmother. And they told, what? That's grandma? Try that when they're 12. Where, But I'm saying all that to say you miss teachable moments when you look at parenthood as something, that's really a chore. It's part of who you are. It's part of our responsibility. So I just wanted to say that about teaching the children and about parenting. All right. Any questions? Get your pens out. We're having a quiz. Sorry. Yeah. All right, so those are the basic symbols. I didn't say Kakomi child emoji. This is the unity cup. This is what used for two reasons. A lot of times you have a plant on the table and you pour libations and remember the ancestors, So I'll have some pretend water. Shout out to an ancestor. My father, George Hankins. Name somebody. Somebody you want to remember. It's important that we remember. We have to remember where we came from, and honor our ancestors. A lot of times that'll change your whole vibe, your whole mood. So that's the gifts. I think we talked about all the symbols. 7 letters, 7 symbols, 7 principles, 7 candles, 7 days. Kwanzaa, so cool. All right, I got Kwanzaa in my house. I got Kwanzaa in my house. Y'all can play whatever y'all want. I'm singing the wrong song because I'm not sure. Celebration. We do this. Reach up and pull it down. It's called Harambe. Let's do it in time for music 7 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Y'all look good. 5, 6, 7, and stop. In my house. Kwanzaa time. I got a table and it set so fine. Makeka, Kanara, and Mashuma Sabatu. Zayo, Muhindi, and Zawadi for you. I got Kwanzaa in my house. Thank you. Give it up for Jeff Newton. Charlie. Donovan Cooke. Kynoebi Simpson. Now I'm gonna bring Larry, LJP Time back up. Celebration. We do this. Reach up, go down. It's called the Harambe. Let's do it in time for music 7 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Y'all look good. 5, 6, 7, and stop. In my house, it's Kwanzaa time. I got a table and it's set so fine. Makeka, Kanara, and Mashuma Sabatu. Zayo, Muhindi, and Zawadi for you. I got Kwanzaa in my house. Thank you. Give it up for Jeff Newton. Charlie. Donovan Cooke. Kynoebi Simpson. Now I'm gonna bring Larry, LJP Time back up.
The passions of life and all the necessities in which we need to accomplish to arrive. The unity needed to raise a race to its full potential, our communities developing. We need to avoid treachery and focus on relishing. Focus on reflecting on the essential goals of life. Our self-determination is what will give us a greater sense of identity and make our communities better. It's a collective responsibility to build our communities up. We all have to remember it takes a village. The businesses in our communities need our support. Our collective economics, in which was once known as Black Wall Street, can rebuild. Our purpose can be self-preservation. The goals we set for ourselves should influence and reflect everything and everyone around us. This is shown through our creativity, the dance of cultures, the words within folklores, the arts and the sculptures, the music that tells time. This past is what gives us faith. Faith to understand our present and ignite our future leaders. Our future teachers and loved ones must carry on our dreams and aspirations, as they should and do change with time. These principles encourage us to unite and support each other daily. Our faith will determine when our creative goals can collectively be united and stand together one day at peace. Thank you for coming. Consider us for donations and community support. We are a 501c3. Your donations are tax deductible. Help us continue our work by donating to Developing Excellence and buying our products, books, and music. Thank you. Happy Kwanzaa, everybody.
Happy Kwanzaa.